Hey, I'm Steph, and I'm obsessed with all things travel, marketing, branding, and helping you stand out from the crowd. In just under 2 years, I went from being a home-based travel agent with zero clue how to make it work in the digital world to launching an international ranking travel podcast and creating an online course to help travel agents in lead generation. Here's one thing I know for sure. There has never in the history of the world been a better time to create the travel business you've always wanted. All you need is an actionable strategy and someone to show you the way. Picture this, we're going to spend the next hour of our time together at the Swim Up Pool Bar, where over a cocktail, we deep dive into travel-related topics, mixed with a little classroom training. This show is dedicated to encouraging you to step outside of your comfort zone and into your travel business. I'll show you how I did it and how you can too. Hit subscribe now and let's get into it. If you're a travel agent wanting to onboard your perfect fit clients into your biz, download my free cheat sheet for lead generation systems you can use right now. Head to stephaniemyers.academy/cheat sheet. You're listening to Unplug in Paradise, the podcast. Hello and welcome back to Travel by Stephanie, the social podcast. You're tuning in to episode number 7, where we dive in with my special guest, Richard Waugh. Richard is my Queensland BDM for P&O Cruises. So if you are a massive cruiser just like me, then this episode is definitely going to be up your alley. If you are considering a cruise for your next holiday, then this is the podcast for you. So hang tight. We'll tune in with Richard very shortly and we'll find out what new and exciting installments P&O have for us cruisers here in Australia. Hi, Richard. Thanks for joining the podcast.
Hey, Steph. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, doing very well this morning. Thanks. Very well indeed.
Is it-
Excited to be here on your podcast.
Thank
Showcase
you.
everything and anything about P&O Cruises.
Yay, cool. All right, so shall we dive in?
Let's dive straight in.
Woohoo. Alrighty. So, wondering if you can share a little bit about P&O's history with us.
Well, P&O Cruises. P&O Cruises is a branch of the originating P&O UK brand, which is actually the oldest operating cruise line in the world. That started way back in the 19th century there, so that's pretty cool and exciting to be a part of that. It's over 180 years old. But P&O Cruises Australia, we started our very first cruising for the very first cruise out of Brisbane to Norfolk Island way back in 1932. And we've just grown from there.
Yeah, sounds great. Norfolk Island, hey, that was on the list.
That was the very first port of call from Australia.
Wow.
On the MS Stratford, and so since then we've obviously grown. There's a lot of relocations between the UK and here. You know, the 10-pound Poms, etc. All came over across on part of P&O, and then we started launching our very first sort of domestic cruising.
Excellent, cool. So fast forwarding to 2019, how many ships are in the fleet now?
So fast forwarding to 2019, it's a very big fast forward. Currently, as it stands right now, we have 3 ships in our fleet. We've got Pacific Explorer, Pacific Dawn, and Pacific Aria.
Excellent, cool. I love the Aria. That's my fave.
Yeah, she's a beautiful little ship, that one.
Yeah, I just love how small and intimate she is.
Yeah.
So, as a brand new cruiser, if there's anybody out there that hasn't yet cruised, what can they expect traveling on board a P&O ship for the first time?
Traveling on board for a P&O cruise for the very first time is a very social sort of environment. You could be traveling with 1,000 or 2,000 of your closest friends, which is a great sort of social atmosphere. We're big on live music, comedy, featured entertainment on board the ships there, and being a uniquely Australian brand means that we cater for Aussies and Kiwis alike. We have a lot of different inclusions when it comes to cruising there. So with all your main meals, all your localized entertainment activities, plus all these wonderful destinations that we do travel to. Every day we've got our good times, which is our daily activity planner. So you can go ahead and plan all the different activities throughout the day there that you see fit, see what restaurants are available, what's of entertainment, what different theme nights we have available on board for your cruise there as well. We also have for the young and the young at heart the P&O Edge program, which is Australia's largest activity park at sea, with up to 18 different activities on board the three ships there, from rock climbing to zip lining to walk the planks there, and the world famous Titanic moment at the front of the ship, the "I'm the king of the world" with Leo and Rose there. So.
Yeah.
So that's just a few things to capture on board. We've got swimming pools, we've got water slides, we've got big screens, we've got movie theaters. We've got a huge range of different things on board, and we also have Pandora, the charms, which is the gift that keeps on giving. If you ever wanted to give someone a Pandora bracelet, then every birthday and anniversary and Mother's Day, for instance, you can keep giving them those little charms. So it's a pretty cool little gift there to have.
Yeah, well, I've actually got clients that buy a new charm every time that they go on board a P&O cruise ship.
Wow! So they've definitely got the Pandora ship charm, which you can buy on board.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think that's why they go on board.
Yeah. Perfect.
So can you tell me what kind of technology is available on board in regards to Wi-Fi and apps and things like that?
Yeah, so we have Wi-Fi available on all of our ships there, which taps into a marine satellite service when we're out at sea. We have a web-based application which you can view your online, your onboard accounts, a chat feature. You can look at our good times on there as well. Plus, also book on any of your shore excursions that you hadn't done prior to departure there as well. All our restaurants now are starting to get upgraded to digital there. So all our wait staff, all our digital iPads there. So when they're taking their order, it sends straight down to the kitchen. So it makes it more efficient.
Oh,
so
wow.
So rather than writing down on a piece of paper, taking it all the way down to the galley and then have them created there, they literally type it into an iPad, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's all done and dusted from there.
Oh, wow. That's next level.
It's only a start for the way the technology is going across the cruise lines. The technology is just coming thick and fast with these upgrades there as well. And as we launch into the future ships of P&O, the technology will be at the forefront.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, well, definitely you can't fight technology, can you?
You can't. You just gotta embrace it and grow with it. So it's constantly everly changing. So.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, well, we look forward to seeing those changes in the future.
Excellent.
Alrighty. So where are some of the amazing destinations that P&O visit on their sailings?
So P&O, we're the pioneers of the South Pacific. So we're the first cruise line to actually operate cruising out to the South Pacific. So we've pioneered pretty much all destinations in the South Pacific, whether it be some key iconic destinations such as Port Vila, where you've got a huge array of over 70 different shore excursions to choose from, or some really remote and beautiful destinations such as Isle of Pines, Mystery Island. We go as far as Fiji, Tonga, on some of the itineraries there. And one of our most heavily booked itinerary is the Bounty Adventure, which is a slightly longer one, which actually follows the trail of the mutiny of the Bounty. So if you're a bit of a historian when it comes to ocean vessels, then you'll definitely be interested in something like that there as well. But the most amazing destination that we travel to is a little place up in Papua New Guinea. It's called Conflict Islands. It's just a group of 21 uninhabited islands on this one single atoll. It is the number one and number two most biodiverse reefs of anywhere in the world, and the number one recorded amount of sea life on a single dive. It's an absolute paradise with crystal clear waters. And it's available on all of our Papua New Guinea itineraries, which is really exciting. It's a very unique destination, and P&O Cruises, because we're the pioneers of the best of the South Pacific, we're constantly looking at brand new destinations in the South Pacific to operate cruising to.
Yeah, P&O have got such a great range of itineraries, and it's really, really awesome to have that continuous new destinations and things like that in the pipeline, because, you know, the South Pacific is so beautiful. But you know what? People choose to do that time and time again. No, they can't visit the same place twice and say it was exactly the same. They always have a different experience at those destinations. So they
100%.
are definitely the favorite.
100%. Like I've been to Port Vila 10 times now, and I've had a different experience in Port Vila every single time because I've done a different shore excursion.
Mm.
So I've been able to do different things from horseback riding to diving to helicopter rides to snorkeling to viewing beautiful waterfalls to getting really immersed in local cultures there as well. So you know you can travel to the same destination and have a completely different experience every single time.
Yeah, excellent. So you touched briefly on shore tours. They be booked prior to departure or
Yeah,
on board the ship or both?
yeah, definitely. So the shore excursions can be booked via our pre-departure web portal called Cruise Control. So you know, passengers have the ability to log in, view their booking, provide their check-in details such as their passport and immigration details, plus also pre-book their shore excursions there as well. Because we're the pioneers of the South Pacific, we go to the widest range of destinations in the South Pacific. We also have the widest range of shore excursions at every single port of call that we travel to. So no matter what you're into, whether you're a very active holiday maker or whether you're a very relaxed holiday maker, there'll be a shore excursion, catered for you.
Unreal. Yeah, I love the shore excursions. I just love how they tie everything up so it's so easy for passengers.
Yeah,
Straight off the ship, transfer, an amazing day out, come back, transfer back to the ship and back on board, and it's all so seamless.
it definitely is. And a couple of things with our shore excursions is that, one major thing is that we operate our kids club during days or port days. So if you decide to do a shore excursion with P&O, you can actually leave your kids into kids club and we'll take care of them for you as well, which is really cool and exciting because sometimes, like I mentioned, the shore excursion in Port Vila where you want to go diving, you can't really take the kids diving with you. So be able to lock them into, keep them with our staff on board the ship so that you know that they're taken care of and be able to do your own experience at these wonderful destinations. It's a pretty cool sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally epic for parents, you know, wanting
Yeah,
to
exactly.
actually have a holiday as well.
But that's it. It's
Yeah.
everyone's holiday. So we thrive on our kids and our kids clubs there because we know that if the kids are having a great time, mum, dad, grandma, grandpa are having a great time there as well.
Yeah, and those kids club staff, my interactions with them in the past have been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the kids club staff are all trained up as per Australian regulations there. So, the younger kids club is very hands-on, very active there as well. So lots of different activities there. Mum, dad can come and watch and etc. there as well and have playtime with them. For the older kids, for the kids 11 years to 17, our kids club's really just a basic hangout zone with lots of cool different things there. So, we've got gaming, so Xboxes and PlayStations. We've actually got Sony PlayStation virtual reality in the older kids club there as well, which is really cool. Lots of music, lots of things there that the kids can really just gather up and meet other kids their own age and enjoy the cruise with a new bunch of friends.
Yes. I'm all about making new memories at sea. And
Yep.
when you're, you know, and with the kids as well, like sometimes when you've got so much etiquette when you're on holidays, you know, so kids running off, you know, kids being loud and noisy in a public area, you're kind of like, well, let's go put you in a place where you can actually go and be a kid.
Exactly, 100%. Go be the child that you want to be.
Yeah, that's right.
And meet other kids your own age, and that's really the best thing about it because what stems from that is family relationships, and the kids start talking to other kids, and they become friends, and then the families will end up traveling together on future occasions, and a lot of them do travel again on P&O as newfound family friends.
Yes, and traveling as a group is bloody awesome.
It totally is. Like we're a very social cruise line there, so all our activities are very sort of group-based activities there. So from the comedy and the trivia is there, all the way through to our our cocktail making classes, all very group-based activities.
Yeah. So you touched briefly about families and things like that occupying P&O ships, but with the target market, who is it best catered to?
Yes, target market. So P&O Cruises, we've been we started cruising regular with a home porting based ship year round in 1988, and so since then, for a long time, we were the only cruise line operating out of Australia. So we became a very multi-generational cruise line, and that's pretty much our target market at the moment. So multi-generational, we've got mum, dad, we've got the kids, and what I love to call the babysitters, we've got grandma and grandpa on the clock on the cruise as well. But we also cater for young couples, groups of friends, families, conferencing, whether it be 40th birthday parties, wedding anniversaries. We do weddings on board the ships there as well. We do a huge range of things, so it's really hard to really target our particular market. But if I was to put it in a nutshell, I'd say mid-20s to mid-50s, multi-generational families and groups of friends traveling together.
Yes, sounds fantastic. Okay, so for us Aussies wanting to experience a P&O cruise holiday for ourselves, whereabouts in Australia and New Zealand can we get on board?
Cool. With our current three ships we have operating, we have one ship that is based year round out of Brisbane, which does a lot of South Pacific and also domestic cruising up the Queensland coast. The Queensland coast one is a really great one. It's a 7-day holiday, and it has that feel of going internationally, but you don't actually need passports for. So Brisbane is a really great sort of option from the all corners of the market there. And we also have a home porting ship out of Sydney. So if you do wish to travel out of Sydney, you can. And coming up, we'll also be regionally deployed out of Melbourne, Adelaide, and Auckland. So we try and operate cruising for the majority of Australian and New Zealanders out there.
So Australia's, we're a little bit of a hog when it comes to our cruise ships, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. So,
New Zealand,
absolutely.
You can have one ship. We'll have the rest.
Yeah, New Zealand can have one ship for a few months of the year.
Yeah.
The cruising market is very emerging in New Zealand. It's not quite as established as it is in Australia. We all know how much Queenslanders love to go cruising, and that's why the Brisbane market does extremely well. Sydney's a little bit more fluctuated with the different cruise lines operating there over the summer months, but having the ship based there year round with Pacific Explorer is a pretty cool experience.
Yes. So speaking of pretty cool experiences, I hear that you guys have got some new additions coming to the P&O fleet.
Where did you hear that, Steph?
Oh, little bird Maeve told me.
A little birdie? Okay, well, the little birdie is correct. So over the last couple of years, we've had some movements with our ships there, and we're getting ready to take on something new and exciting with P&O. So in 2020, in October 2020, a new ship to the P&O fleet will be Pacific Adventure. She'll be our largest ship. There were just over 3,000 passengers joining the fleet there.
Woohoo!
So it's very exciting, very, very exciting. So that ship will be joining our fleet in October next year after a multi-million-dollar refurbishment to rebrand her P&O Cruises.
Unreal. I can't wait.
Very unreal. Yeah, I know. I can't wait either. It's just going to be super exciting.
Yeah. So what are the new features on board the ships that are coming that P&O passengers haven't seen before?
Wow, this is it, Steph. That's very, very, very much a secret squirrel sort of environment at the moment. So we're working on some amazing features with this particular ship. But what I can let you in on is an exclusive area on board the ship for all our guests traveling in suites. It's called the Byron Beach Club. It's going to have a swimming pool, going to have hot tubs, going to have lush furnishings. Throughout there, we'll have bar options, food options, live entertainment with music throughout there every afternoon and evening as well. And that's going to be an area that's exclusive for guests traveling in our suites there as well. And she'll have a lot of great new decor throughout the entire of the ship. We'll see restaurants on board that we have featured before with Pacific Explorer and Pacific Aria, making a comeback on board Pacific Adventure there as well. But she'll also feature a couple of new things, especially for families. So one new thing is that we're introducing the first of 5 berth cabins.
Oh,
So these will be
yes.
classed as our suites, which will have the ability to sleep up to 5 guests, which is exciting because we have a lot of families out there with mum, dad, and 3 kids.
Yes, and sometimes the parental goals is to have 2 kids.
Yes, yeah, and sometimes a third just comes along.
That's right. How'd you get here?
Yeah, I know, right? But going further from that is like really benchmarking that whole idea of being able to cater for families more. And so with our 5 berth cabins, we're going one next level. We're actually introducing a couple of cabins on board that will actually be 2 bedroom cabins that can sleep up to 8 passengers in each of these new 2 bedroom units on board
Yes.
the ship there as well. So again, that whole extended family can be joining in the one 2 bedroom cabin there. So
Yes. Yeah, that sounds great. Far out.
yeah, it's very
Finally,
exciting. So
finally
yeah,
is all I can
exactly.
say.
Well, the hardest thing for P&O is that we've always had secondhand ships. So from any of our sister brands that we have in the world there, and it's just hard to create these larger cabin spaces on board already existing ships. With Pacific Adventure, while she still be secondhand, she's a lot larger, and we've been able to make some additions to the current setups there as well.
Yeah, well, I think P&O will do a great job of fitting out that ship and making it, you know, um, all beautiful and
If
pretty.
it's if Pacific Ari and Pacific Explorer is anything to go by, this
Yes.
ship's going to be absolutely wonderful. So really modern Australian theming throughout there with great new colour schemes there as well. So not that whole bland sort of browns that you do find on some holiday types there as well. So really inviting the best of the South Pacific into our ships there as well. Because at the end of the day, the first destination you have on your holiday is the cruise ship itself. So we want people to be excited by it.
Yes, definitely. Well, it is the destination for the first few days of your trip anyway. So
Absolutely.
may as well feel like you're cruising around in a boutique hotel.
Yes, exactly.
No,
So
it's lush. I love it.
excellent.
So, what have you got in regards to exciting news for our passengers travelling out of Brisbane?
Oh well, we've made some slight changes with our fleet, and we've moved them around a little bit there. So unfortunately, when October comes around next year, so October 2020, we do lose Pacific Dawn. She relocates down to Melbourne. But the best news is that we get Pacific Explorer now home porting up out of Brisbane in October 2020,
Yes.
which has got the best of Pacific Dawn, the best of Pacific Aria combined into this wonderful ship there as well. So great kids club facilities with water slides and water park, great restaurants on board with Angelo's and Dragon Lady thrown in there with some really cool, unique partnerships that we've created, including some of the world's best pizza out there as well by Johnny D. Francesco at 400 Gradi.
Did you say pizza?
I said pizza. Imagine like some of the world's best awarded pizza on board a cruise ship now. So 400 Gradi, Johnny D. Francesco in 2014 won best pizza in the world. In 2018 won best pizza in the Oceanic region. So we actually have his product on board Pacific Explorer. So you'll find me eating there pretty much every night.
I can imagine.
Exactly. His Nutella calzone dessert, just oh my god, so amazing.
Lucky,
So I've had the whole one myself.
lucky there's a gym on board for you, Richard.
Yeah, exactly. Lucky there is a gym on board, but it's all about taking everything in moderation there. So every day on board a cruise ship is leg day because you're up and down the stairs. So try and avoid the lifts there and get the workout by going up and down the stairs.
It's a good way to tucker out the kids as well.
Exactly, I know, right? Totally. Race you up the stairs.
Yeah, that's right. So, do you know much about the new port in Brisbane and when it's due to kick off?
Yeah, so the new port in Brisbane's a really exciting venture between Carnival Australia, so that's all our brands, P&O, Princess, Carnival, Holland America, Seabourn, Cunard, and P&O World Cruising. We've done a joint venture with the Ports of Brisbane to operate a new cruise terminal out of Brisbane, which is going to be located out towards the airport at Luggage Point. That is due to kick off in October, and I do believe that we have Pacific Dawn will be the very first cruise ship will be operating, cruising from there. So we're super excited. Everything is on track for delivery towards the late September, early October next year, which is really cool and exciting. And the best thing about the new port in Brisbane is because it's on the ocean side of the Gateway Bridge, it allows for some of the large ships to be able to come in and port at a dedicated cruise facility, which is really exciting to see.
Well, Brisbane's in such dire need of having that cruise facility right in the river mouth as well. That means you guys won't be doing the under the bridge farewell.
No, no. So that's one thing that we really enjoy is sailing out on underneath the Gateway Bridge out of Brisbane or the Harbour Bridge out of Sydney there, and having that really. This is your launch of your holiday.
Yes.
Sort of experience with our sail away parties there on board.
I love going under the Gateway Bridge. It's just
Yeah,
it's like
really
it makes
weird.
it
Like
official.
it seems like you're really, really close, but you're about 5.5, 6 meters between the top of the funnel and the bridge itself there. But it just seems really close when you're on board the ship. Everyone's wondering, "Oh my God, I'm gonna hit! I'm gonna hit!"
And you look across the crowd and everyone's ducking.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely like it's so liberating too. It's like, yes, we're off. We're out of here. See you later.
We're on holiday, exactly. And with the new dedicated cruise terminal at the river mouth there as well, it allows for slightly later departures because it generally does take about an hour to get to that point when cruising from portside there as well. So it means that we'll be able to depart just that little bit later than our normal 2 o'clock departures out of Brisbane.
Okay, so will that allow a little bit more time on board for turnaround and things like that?
Yeah, allow a little bit more time on board for turnaround time there as well. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Alrighty, so out of the fleet of ships, which ship is your favourite and why?
This is hard.
I know.
Each
I'm being
of
cruel.
our 3 ships offer something completely different.
Yes.
Pacific Dawn's fantastic for families out of Brisbane. It's you can't beat it in regards to that social sort of environment there. The staff have been operating on board for over 10 years now, and they're one big happy family as well. And to have those rapport with the staff is pretty cool. So Pacific Dawn, if I'm traveling with a family and want a quick trip out of Brisbane, that's the most ideal one. Pacific Aria, if it's me and my wife traveling on our own, great because there's a little boutique little ship there. So, smaller passenger numbers, so only 1,500 people capacity on board that particular ship. Great restaurants, great vibe, great bars on board. But I mean, when we got Pacific Explorer in 2017, I fell in love with the ship, and it's absolutely amazing. It offers the best of everything for families, for couples, for groups traveling together. And my favorite venue on board the ship is this boutique gin bar that we have on board. It's called the Bonded Store by Archie Rose, and has a huge range of gins and botanicals and spirits there. And it's a great place to chat to your bar staff there and find out about what it is you're wanting to drink, and they'll create something special for you there as well. And my favorite drink on board is the Great Explorer, which is a smoked espresso martini.
Ooh.
Absolutely to die for, and a great experience as well, because it's not just the serving of the cocktail, it's the creation of the cocktail and the story that the cocktail brings there as well. So it's hard to go past Pacific Explorer. She is our headline act, but that is until Pacific Adventure arrives. We're super excited by this particular ship, and she'll probably become my fast favorite.
Well, you will just have to book yourself in a suite, and then you can go up into the Byron.
I think I would just have to book myself in a suite. Can you book me?
I can book you.
Excellent.
No discount, so sorry. You guys have got $1 deposits at the moment too, so I can book you for $1. My shout.
There you go. Happy days.
If you could bring back any ship that was in the fleet, and I know that P&O have let go of a number of ships over the years, if you could bring back one ship, which one would you choose, if any?
Oh, that's pretty tough there, Steph. We've had quite a few ships in our fleet over the years, but the one thing I'd probably have to bring back would be Fairstar.
Okay.
Operated for P&O between 1988 and 1997. This particular ship really started the cruise revolution that was in Australia. And I do a lot of expos and presentations, and I meet a lot of guests, previous guests that sailed with us before, and their cruising journey started on Fairstar, which was nicknamed the Fun Ship. I'd love to bring that ship back to get what sort of experience it was on board, Fairstar, the Fun Ship, and bring that back to the P&O fleet to really, reinvigorate the experience that people fell in love with way back in the late 80s, 90s.
Yes. Well, I've actually had some clients who were on board the Fairstar a number of times.
Yeah,
and
wow.
We have booked P&O Cruises for them since,
Yeah.
but we wanted to get them some more loyalty because they had been on the Fairstar. And P&O said, "Oh, well, okay. Do you have any proof that they were on the Fairstar?" And here they are in the office with all of their photos that have been taken. Fairstar 1989, Fairstar 1990,
Wow.
Fairstar 1992. It's like, okay, I think that's enough proof.
That's enough proof that you were on way back then. But yeah, Fairstar, like I said, she started the absolute passion of Aussies travelling on cruise ships there, and being the first ship that was home ported here in Australia for the Australian market to go cruising out to the South Pacific. She's an absolutely wonderful little ship there. I'd love to be able to give her a bit of a refurb. I think she's looking a little bit tired there, but to bring back that entire experience there for cruising, the evolution of cruising there, and being back that fun ship, Fairstar, brilliant.
Yes, because I've also heard that it was such a like a weathered ship too, so she could go into any swell, any weather, and just handle it, and the experience on board, like the passengers would enjoy when you'd have a little bit of weather because the ship was just all over it.
Oh yeah, definitely. They don't make ships like that anymore. No, she was
They
a
can
solid.
try.
She was a solid little ship.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, I think it shows when people, jump on board these new, revolutionary ships and they go, okay, this feels different.
It does, yeah, exactly. So it's all about technology now. So that's the new venture with cruise ships these days. But previously, it was all about the actual hardware because they're it was how tough the ships were built to be able to withstand the conditions out there.
Yes, definitely. Well, we're pretty lucky being in the South Pacific. We don't get too much of a, throughout the year, like reoccurring big, massive swells or anything like that.
That's right. Yes,
We're pretty lucky.
We're quite very lucky in regards to the conditions that we do have out here in the South Pacific. When you look at cruising worldwide and some of the conditions that are out there, there's just not, they just don't happen here.
No, yes, very lucky, very fortunate. With the destinations out in the South Pacific, which one would be your favourite?
Oh, it's in the South Pacific. With my most favourite destination that we do travel to, I called it earlier, the Conflict Islands up in Papua New Guinea. It's one of the most amazing destinations that you travel to there, and it is literally just untouched paradise. So if you can imagine what it was like checking out the Great Barrier Reef 100 years ago, before the influx of tourism, before the bleaching that's occurred in the reefs, unfortunately, it's just a pristine and absolute paradise. And Papua New Guinea is is the fastest growing cruise destination out of Australia because a lot of people have cruised the South Pacific before and they're looking for something a little bit different. PNG has a great range of history, culture, and beautiful, amazing scenery available to visit as part of your 10-day cruise from Brisbane.
Yeah, unreal. That is definitely on my bucket list of cruises to do with P&O.
Yeah, definitely it is. Yeah.
Just gotta get my little boy a passport and we'll be off.
there you go. Done. Done. We'll book it now on a dollar deposit, shall we?
Yes. Get that going.
Excellent.
So to do a bit of a give people a bit of a scope on what the perfect experience would be on board the ship. Can you give us a rundown of what your perfect day would look like if you were to spend it on board?
Oh, okay.
Start from when you wake up.
Start from when I wake up. So the perfect day for me is let's see, we'll do it on a sea day.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Because a port day can be a little bit different there. But on a sea day, I'm an early riser, and my wife hates that. So what I'll do is I'll get up around about sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go to the gym for an hour. I'll go have a bit of a workout, sweat out the night before, and then I'll go grab myself a cup of coffee and I'll chill out and I'll enjoy the beautiful morning that is on board a ship when you're out at sea. Then I'll roughly around about sort of 8 o'clock, I'll grab a cup of tea and then also some light breakfast, and I'll take that back to my wife who'll still be sleeping away. So I'll get her breakfast in bed there. And then we'll get up and we'll go out and we'll go, right, okay, well, let's go have a 3-course meal. So we'll go to the main waterfront restaurant and have a late breakfast there, but being waited on hand and foot for all our meals is a pretty cool experience. During the day, lots of different activities on board the ship there as well. I've just had a 3-course meal, so I may just want to lounge about for a little bit there. There's different trivia sessions on throughout the day. There's different movies on the big screens. There's the P&O Edge activities there as well. We can go out to the Oasis, which is the adults only area, and just relax and enjoy ourselves for a couple of hours, read a book, just completely switch off and relax. And then next thing you know, it's lunchtime. So where are we going to go for lunch? So we'll go for lunch at, we might go to the Grill, which is a gourmet burger bar on board, and get a pulled pork burger.
Yes.
One of my favourite burgers on board.
Yes.
Our ships there as well. It's absolutely phenomenal with this brioche bun. Oh, so good. I'm just started to drool a little bit now. I'm starting to get hungry. It's breakfast time for me. But again, then afterwards, we might go listen to some live music up on the main pool deck there. Sing along to the live music. We may do a bingo session that afternoon. We may do a lot of different things. And probably what we would do is our Martini Masters or our Mix Academy cocktail making classes there as well. The reason why I say that is because I call it happy hour. You get to make 4 cocktails for $29 and then drink them. So it's a great way, and the bar staff are really interactive, and it's a big comedy thing that we have on board there as well. We get really interactive and have a lot of fun because we're all there on one occasion to have a good time. And then next thing you know, it's sunset, so we're out watching the sunset over the water there, over the ocean. It's a pretty cool sort of experience. And then we'll retreat back and get ready for dinner. We'll get dressed up for dinner because tonight it's our Great Gatsby-inspired dress-up party night. So we'll get dressed up and then we'll head out for a wonderful meal at any of our specialty dining restaurants there. Angelo's, Dragon Lady, Salt Grill, 400 Gradi, a Taste of Salt, or my favourite is the Chef's Table dining experience on board the ship there as well. So once we've had dinner, we'll go and explore. We'll go listen to some live music. There's going to be a production show, so we're going to go check out the production show for 45 minutes. Then after the production show, the real party starts on board for the Gatsby, Great Gatsby party. So we'll start listening to music, dancing the night away, getting some great photo opportunities with all our photographers on board the ship there as well. And then dance the night away all the way through to the early hours of the morning. We'll retreat back to our cabin, and then we'll start the next day as we started this day as well, with a nice early start and heading off to the gym.
Yes.
So that's my ideal sea day there. So it's but again, everyone's different. You can do as much as you like on board the ship or as little as you like. It all depends on how you holiday.
Exactly. And you know what I love about your day is how jam-packed it is, and it's all in the one place.
Yeah.
You haven't had to pay for taxis or people to come pick you up and take you here, or admissions to here, or out to dinner here, or it's
you don't have to
one
worry
stop
about
shop.
it all you just got to worry about is getting from one venue one bar or one venue on the ship to another venue on the ship, which may be all of 50 meters away.
That's right. Yeah. Well, sometimes I tell clients that the only thing that you need to worry about on board a P&O ship is that your bed sheets on your bed might be a little bit on the tight side. But otherwise, there's nothing else that you need to worry about.
Yeah, perfect.
So I've got some travel speed date Q&As for you, Richard. Are you ready to answer those?
Yeah, let's go for gold.
Cool. I'll fire away then. All right. So have you got any updating holidays booked in?
Working the travel industry, it's hard to not have holidays booked in at some point there. But I've got a 3-day cruise on board Pacific Explorer coming up on Saturday. So today is Thursday, so Saturday coming. I'm flying down to Sydney for a 3-day cruise. But I've also got a big holiday back home to New Zealand to visit family, friends, and a wedding, and then going to Queenstown there in November, which is really exciting because my wife hasn't been. So it's great to be able to go to a place where she hasn't been.
Oh, awesome. Cool. And Queenstown's a good place to be, especially in winter.
Oh, it's amazing place to be.
Little winter wonderland, really.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also amazing during the summer months. So the spring and summer months are awesome, are pretty spectacular there as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine the mountain ranges would still have a bit of snow caps on top.
Definitely, still snow-capped mountains, but I'm a big Pinot Noir drinker, and some of the best regions in the world to grow Pinot Noir are Central Otago. So I'm going to be hitting the wineries.
Well, cheers to that.
Definitely.
What kind of traveller are you?
I always grew up to be a bit of an independent traveller there, but obviously throughout my life, my travelling needs change. So traveling with my wife, now traveling with our newborn son there as well. So all my travel needs all sort of start to change a little bit like your palate. It kind of grows after a little while. So I love to be able to go on a cruise because everything's catered for. You don't have to worry about everything there as well, but also love to be able to explore new destinations of my own there as well.
Excellent. Which destinations are high up on your bucket list?
It's definitely got to be any of the Arctic regions, so Antarctica or the Arctic region far north there. They're just such amazing places. I've had the opportunity to travel a lot of places and tick a lot of things off my bucket list, but these two are the next ventures.
Beautiful. If you could speak another language, which would you choose?
Ooh, it's a tough one. Lots of different languages out there. I'd love to probably try and speak Aussie to try and fit in with the locals here.
You do all right, though.
But it'd probably be Japan. So Japanese. With the Rugby World Cup up in Japan this year, which being from New Zealand, it's one thing I'm hugely passionate about. And having some of the best ski resorts in the world up in Japan, it'd probably be the most ideal language for me to learn.
Yes. Oh, you'll get there. Keep practicing is all I can say.
Yeah.
Are you a pack your suitcase the night before kind of guy?
You get people that pack their suitcase a month before. Some people pack the week before. Some people pack the day before, the night before. I'm a pack the morning of kind of guy.
Yes, good.
I've got a really bad habit of just leaving things to last minute. Like my little 3-night cruise out of Sydney, I haven't even thought about it yet. So I don't know what I'm going to wear. We've got a Bianco white night. We've got a Gatsby inspired night there as well. I'm there going, I'll probably pack. My flight's at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll get up at 5 and pack.
As you know, I love cruising on P&O, and I've been several times. But my Great Gatsby and Bianco white outfits are just permanently in my suitcase.
Yeah, totally.
I don't have anywhere else to store them, so
it
I just stay
tough.
there.
My wife's been on 5 cruises with P&O with me there, and so that means she needs 5 different Gatsby outfits. You just can't have the same outfit in the photos because it'll just look like that she's traveling on the same cruise.
Whereas guys can get away with, the same suit or the same shirt and tie,
totally.
time and time again. It's timeless, really.
They just change our bow tie or change our shirt color.
Love it. What is something about you that people don't necessarily know when they first meet you?
I don't know. I'm a pretty easy read. People know that I'm extremely bubbly. I'm very friendly. I'm enthusiastic. I'm excited. I'm a lovable kind of guy. Um, Probably what they don't know is that I grew up in a bit of a dodgy area. That's kind of in New Zealand. So that's all part of what's made me me. There at the end of the day as well. So, but yeah, I'm a pretty easy read, I reckon.
That's where you get your sense of humor from.
Yeah, totally, totally. And now that I'm a dad, I can actually tell dad jokes.
Yeah. Oh, how cute. Have you ever fallen in love while overseas?
I have. I have fallen in love twice overseas. Once was the first time I fell in love when I was overseas. Was for a place. It was Budapest, an amazing city with absolutely phenomenal architecture and beautiful people there as well. It's one place when I was traveling throughout Europe there over the 5 year period that I absolutely fell in love and could go back time and time and time again. Such an amazing place. And I also met my wife in Morocco,
Oh,
of all
cool.
places. So yes, we were both overseas and we were both attending a conference in Morocco. So met the love of my life in overseas in Morocco. So it was pretty cool.
Unreal. Wow.
Mm,
So
yeah.
you were both conferencing in Morocco?
Yeah, we were both working for the travel industry over there in the UK, and we met on a conference in Morocco.
Oh, wow. How's that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience. So.
Yeah. So where's your wife from?
She's from Brisbane.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we were both working in the UK at the time.
Oh, wow. That's very special.
Very, very. It's a big story. So if you've got another half an hour, I'll tell you one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit of a romantic story behind that as well. So
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'd love to hear
cool.
it one day. Yeah.
Excellent.
If there was one special place that you could go and live for the rest of your life, where would that be?
It'd be anywhere where there is snow.
Okay.
And so snow, skiing and snowboarding is probably my biggest passion out there outside of the cruising world. So as long as it had snow, I'd be the happiest guy in the world.
I think you'd be pretty stoked with fresh powder every day.
Fresh powder every day, and learning Japanese. Going up and living in Japan, that would be a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, and you could just move around the world to the different, snow
Ski resort
seasons.
after ski resort
Yeah.
after ski resort. I don't think my wife would like it very much though. She's a very beach holiday kind of person, whereas I'm a snow bunny.
Snow bunny.
So, yeah.
During your travels, have you come across that one accent that you just cannot get your head around?
Um, I lived in Northern Ireland for a year and a half in Belfast, which was pretty interesting. The Northern Irish accent is pretty full on, especially after they've had a few drinks. Yeah, but the one accent I just couldn't get my head around it, and it was more of a um, exotic accent. It was half Russian, half Swedish.
Oh,
So it was
wow.
a mixture of the two. It was really, really interesting, and I just, for the life of me, just couldn't get my head around it. It was just mind-boggling. It was a romantic accent as well. It was really weird, but I still remember it quite vividly there as well. So
You're trying to train your ear to one accent and then another one pops through and you're thinking,
exactly,
what
you
the
just can't
hell did
pick
you
it.
just say?
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, to be honest with you, people say they can't fit their head around my accent. It's a bit of a mongrel accent. It's the original base from being New Zealand, being in Australia for a while, but traveling all over the world for a while there as well. It's a mixture of all different accents all combined into the one. So it's yeah.
Yeah, wow. Well, like you, I've got a background in the backpacker industry as well.
Yep.
So I used to try and make it a little bit of a game to guess where the accent was.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, I'd get it wrong.
Yeah.
And I, unintentionally would sometimes insult the people.
Yeah.
They would take offense. But
Yeah.
because we're all the way down here in Australia, we don't know like the different, twangs and the different, ways that they speak. And, even like some places of England, like you travel 20 minutes in a different sounding accent, and, every town sounds different. The accent is different from town to town. So,
Oh,
yeah.
600%. Yeah, I lived in the UK for 5 years, and yeah, the different accents that you have in the UK is pretty astounding.
So, what is one of the craziest things that you've ever done whilst you've been on holidays?
Oh, I've always been a bit of a adventure seeker when I am on holiday. So whether it be trying different foods like insects and bugs and random things that you don't see on a day to day basis. I'm a thrill seeker, so I've done a lot of bungee jumping and skydiving. But probably the most really cool experience that I have done was a bungee jump from a hot air balloon. That was pretty cool.
Are you serious?
So yeah, it was a pretty cool experience. Yeah, so it's probably up there in the top sort of experiences there that I've had throughout my entire career and my life there as well. So
That
it's
is insane.
it's really cool. So
Where on earth did you do that?
I did that in the UK. Yeah, from the Midlands. It was pretty cool. So
Because hot air
I'm not
balloons
sure. I'm not too sure how often they do it now.
now.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're going back almost 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, as well. So it's pretty cool. So,
That's
but
insane.
I've done some crazy things. Jumping out of helicopters, skydiving out of helicopters. There, lots of cool little things there. One thing I'd love to try is the wingsuits. So basically fly.
Yeah,
That'd
wow.
be pretty cool. I don't think my wife would let me though. So
No.
now, no, exactly. Now I've got before it was all about me. If anything happened to me, then so be it. But now I've obviously got to be a bit more responsible. They've got a family to provide for.
That's right.
So yeah, so
That sounds amazing. Holy dooly.
holy dooly indeed.
Wow.
So,
Well, thank you so much for informing us about all things P&O today, Richard. It's been so great having you on. And yeah, I've learned a few things about what you guys have got coming up in the pipeline for, P&O ships coming to Australia next year. So next year sounds like it's going to be a big one.
next year is definitely a huge year, not just for P&O, but for the cruise industry here in Australia. There's a lot of cool things happening. And with the introduction of the new cruise terminal there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the Queensland market when it comes to cruising with other cruise lines coming up and starting to cruise from Brisbane, where previously their ships couldn't fit underneath the Gateway Bridge. So it's going to bring a lot of new exciting things, a lot of new destinations to travel to as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I'm actually really looking forward to having more accessibility with more ships and things like that locally. For me, being on the southern end of the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
I
definitely.
wonder if Tom Tate will ever get his ideas of a cruise terminal down on the Gold Coast up and running. So that'd be the next thing.
I think the Gold Coasters may not like that very much, but
No, exactly.
yeah,
So, right?
it's not. It's going to be an ongoing battle, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, not the end of the world. Brisbane's still only an hour away for us, so
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
we're,
So
we're, we're very spoilt.
yeah, and we'll continue our Saturday departures and out to the South Pacific and offer everything that we're offering now. Next year the new cruise terminal will be just on a better ship with a better experience there as well.
Excellent, great, fantastic. If anyone wants more information, where can they find it?
Cool. So we've got our own P&O Cruises website, which is full of useful information from from whether you're exploring cruising for the very first time or you're a regular cruiser and want to find out more information. Also got our own Facebook pages, Instagrams there as well, just P&O Cruises. You'll find us all through there as well. So, but I guess the more information, if anyone wants any particular information, they're best to come through to you, Steph, as a dedicated travel agent there to look after them from the moment they first think about going on holiday all the way through to when they're coming home and rebooking on their next holiday.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, I look forward to booking my cruise now, my $1 deposit.
Excellent, excellent. I'll be booking probably a Christmas cruise next year on board Pacific Explorer for the extended family on this campaign as well. So
unreal,
great one.
Perfect,
so, perfect,
lovely, cool. Alrighty, well, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and yeah, I look forward to catching up with you soon.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for having me, Steph, and letting me talk your ear off about everything P&O.
I love it. Don't you worry.
Excellent. Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Steph.
Awesome. No worries. Cheers. Thanks,
Take
Richard.
Care. Bye.
Bye.